We are family. Look at you taking the portrait. It's Workout Wednesday. 216 Muscle in the building. What's up, Benny?
What's going on, Sam? How you?
I
know Bijou get mad if she get mad if she don't get that too.
You're right.
She get mad if she don't get that too.
Yes. What you got for us
All right,
today?
so I had an experience this week.
Yeah.
I went and got my first ever chiropractic adjustment. So I said I need to get y'all in here to talk to these people about their spine health.
Yeah.
So we got Dr. Lamar, Dr. Val, Dr. Hunter, and Dr. Hunter from Hunter Wellness.
What's going on? You got it.
And when we talked about this on the air, you know, I got to be honest with the people out there. I lied when I went in there. I told them people didn't nothing hurt because I was skeptical. I've never had a chiropractic adjustment. I've never been to the chiropractor. I was skeptical, so I wanted them to be able to tell me
and a lot of us
what was
been.
wrong with me. And Dr. Hunter was working on me. And as soon as he did his assessment, he was able to tell me the spots that I already knew were bothering me. So he did a physical assessment, and then he did the X-ray, and the X-ray showed, just to back up what he was saying. And now when I talked to Dr. Hunter Val, she was the one that got me in there. Okay, she comes to my step classes at Lifetime, and we were talking about it, and I was telling her I was nervous. And I don't, this is not how she said it, but this is how I heard it. Y'all remember when Debo and Smokey was climbing in the window when Debo said to Smokey? That's how I heard it.
How you heard it?
Because I felt like she was calling me a sucker. You know, I'm not going to use the word Debo used, this is for family, but I felt like she was calling me a sucker when I said I was nervous. So now it's a pride thing.
Yeah.
So I had to go try it. I got to say, I do feel a lot better. One of the things that I noticed, and y'all know me, I lift weights. When I would squat, my bar would lean to the right. And Dr. Hunter, he told me, he was like, well, I see an imbalance on your right side. He was like, you losing a little bit of height on that side, about about a half inch to 3/4 of an inch. And he was testing it, he did the adjustment, and he was like, all right, you cool. So after the adjustment, he let me know. He was like, it ain't all about popping, cracking, and stuff like that. He used this little tool on my neck, and that felt better. And then he turned me one way and my back felt better. I had leg day yesterday. When I did my squats, the bar it wasn't 100% back to balance, but it didn't have that huge lean. So I'm going to have them talk to y'all a little bit about some of the things you can do, one, to help protect your spine, some preventative things, and then also how they can help you if you're already in a situation like I'm in, where you were just waking up every day and thinking that these pains was just because I'm 45.
What's up, docs?
Everything.
All right.
So kind of going off of what he said, one of the things that we do in our practice is that when people come in, we do a full analysis. So we know exactly what we're adjusting, exactly how it's been affecting their lifestyle. And so we do a consultation, we do an evaluation. In a lot of people's cases, we do the x-rays so that we can see where things are out of position. And so usually what we do is after the adjustments, we also have recommendations for, this is the best way that you can maintain these adjustments. One of them is certainly getting moving and having movement in your lifestyle. I always tell people, you rather wear out than rust out. So don't sit on the couch. Don't sit around and watch TV all day. You want to get up, you want to get moving. And you really want to listen to your body if you have aches and pains. A lot of times that can lead to arthritis and degeneration if you have any kind of inflammation in your joints. So along the lines of movement, exercise, and making sure you're paying attention to your core and your posture is huge for people, because the more the core is weakened, the more their posture is bad, the more pressure it puts on the back. And so
even when we're sitting down,
you
want to make sure, like, how should we be sitting? Like, with that back straight up?
Shoulders back. Yeah, as best you can. Okay. So, shoulders back. And I always set a 15-minute limit for when I'm sitting, because what happens is that naturally, you may start off in a good position, but over time, you start getting closer and closer to that keyboard, or closer and closer to the screen. And so every 15 minutes, just kind of get up, reset your posture. But yeah, you were saying shoulders back.
Yeah, shoulders back. Definitely you're focusing on your core. It's always better to sit at the edge of your seat and not all the way back, because you're engaging your muscles, and that keeps you more aware. If you're on the computers or monitors most of the time, you want to make sure you elevate it so it's at eye level rather than looking down all the time too. So all of those things are very important when it comes to kids, because we do see kids in the office as well. I always tell parents to let your kids, if they're on their tablets or on their phone or anything, make them do tummy time. If they're reading at home, make them be on their stomach, no matter how old they are, because it's going to force them to look up to increase that curve in their neck.
Wow.
In order to keep from going this, because I know you were talking earlier about, Gen Z and the issues that they're having with screens and things. They're always on screen, but the posture that comes with that is also an issue. And so we also always.
Okay, so we're gonna show how we want them to sit.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Tummy time. What if you don't have a neck?
or lack of
Right.
No, 'cause I can tell you honestly, like if I'm laying down and I'm trying to watch TV, like 90 seconds, it's uncomfortable.
See?
Because it ain't that much.
That means you don't have as much of a curve. You still have a neck. You still have cervical spine. So
It's just buried in your shoulders.
It's buried in there.
And oddly enough, when we did the X-rays, that's exactly what we talked about. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so
have to work on those
we want them
extensions.
sitting
A
here.
little more at the edge. Exactly.
Even more.
No. Right there is fine.
Oh, okay,
Right there is
okay.
fine. But you want to bring your see right there. See your low back. You bring that in, and then you bring your shoulders back like this. Chin should be up a bit, so you want your monitor to be up here. So if you can put books under your monitor, if you have monitors like you guys where you can elevate them, you can do that, or bring your chair down.
So not like that.
No,
Not with the gangster lane.
But what about but look, you know, like you sitting at the club, you see a lady, you don't want to be like, hey girl, how you doing? Like that.
I have to talk to him. He know about his
Because he got his
Look at me.
He looks like he'll be a good father.
This brother has clearly been to the chiropractor. He's responsible.
All right, so now we got a couple exercises.
What you got for
Because Dr. Val talked about the importance of your core, which really goes from here, front and back, to here, front and back. Your core is not just your abs. Okay, and for the ladies, we know y'all want to work the glutes so they look good. Fellas, we know when you go to the beach, you want the six pack, but we're not talking about the look. We're talking about the strength of your core. So we got to work our hip flexors. We got to work our glutes. We got to work our abs. We got to work our lower back. All right, so we got a couple moves here that we can do just to help some of those areas. All right, the first one we're going to do is really good. They do it a lot in yoga just for protecting and warming up the spine. It's called cat-cow. Okay, so all you're going to do is take a deep breath in and round your back, and then take a deep breath in, exhale, and arch your back. And you can just do this back and forth for about 90 seconds, okay? And this is just a really good move to warm up the back as we get into some of these other movements. Now what we're gonna do is a straight leg, and we're kicking it straight up. If you need to rest that toe on the floor, that's fine, but take it straight up. If you don't put that toe on the floor, you're keeping more tension on that glute. I'll see a lot of people doing this move and they'll lean in here. Once you start leaning in, you're taking the tension off of the muscles that you're trying to work on. So you want that back to be flat. Honestly, you want to be able to rest a cup of water or something on your back and not spill it because your back is flat as you're doing this movement. Then you got to hydrate. All right, I'm going to demonstrate that with the left leg. So again, we're holding that back flat and we're taking that knee straight out. Take it as high as you can without having to twist all the way out. You want to be able to hold that core tight, breathe, and we're taking that hydrant straight out. Okay, now another move that we can do. We're going to roll over on our back and we're going to focus on those glutes and those abs. All right, so we're here and we're going to do a hip thrust. So you got your feet aligned right under your knees, hands at your sides, and you're going to drive those hips, squeezing the glutes. Again, same thing. If you can keep those glutes off the floor at the bottom, you're keeping that tension on those glutes. Then we can bring our legs out just a little bit. We're going to do crunches. You don't want to grab behind the head. Put your hands right at your ears so that you know it's just the core doing the work, and you're just here and just squeeze that core. Okay. Now, all of these movements can be done. You could do a clock. You know, sometimes we do our 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 60 seconds on, 60 seconds off. You could do it in sets of 15, 20. You can add with your kickbacks and your hydrants. You can add ankle weights or glute bands. One thing I like to do with my clients when they're doing their hip thrusts is I have them hold a ball between your legs. When you squeeze that ball, it's activating your hip abductors and adductors as well as the glutes when you're pulsing up. So there's a lot of different variations you can do with these moves as you advance and become stronger. Anything you guys like to add to that?
This looks great.
Yeah, no.
The doctor said, yeah.
Right, that's how you
That's
know.
how you know.
That's
That's what, man.
Yeah. Now, how can they follow you guys?
Oh, for us, Instagram, Hunter Wellness Center. That's just Hunter Wellness Center everywhere.
Okay.
On Facebook, on TikTok, we're everywhere.
That's branded. See, everything should be the same. 216 Muscle on everything.
Yep.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything is 216 Muscle. So.
And so we appreciate you guys coming in to get the information, man. Again, you know, these you mentioned earlier, you know, a lot of people don't know. And this is, I mean, when we got to today, this information today, y'all shared, especially with the belly time.
Yep.
Yes, what
Yes, we tell adults to be
Beyond baby.
Tummy time.
Tummy time.
Tummy time. Let the kids.
Remember
they
that
don't-
for the little baby?
Yes.
Tummy time.
Yeah. Wow.
We
Grown
tell
up tummy
more and
time.
more. Yeah, we tell it more and more adults these days to
Yeah.
do that.
All right.
Love it.
All right, guys. Share this video. Workout Wednesday.